Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Um, I just want to talk about Survivor Series and my thoughts on it, even though it hasn't happened yet. I just think that the build-up just sucks. I was looking at the highlights, and the build-up just sucks. It just doesn't feel like a brand versus brand. It really doesn't. I remember watching the 2005 one from 2005, and the build-up was done way better. The team looked way strong for both Raw, both SmackDown. Batista was the leader. I remember that time. I think Shawn Michaels was the leader for Raw, and they had better invasions, better build-up, and all that stuff. Even the 2001 was good. You know, where they had the Alliance and the Team WWF. It was still strong, even though, well, the invasion angle sucked, but the Survivor Series was actually pretty good. The build up to this, however, just looked horrible. I watched the highlights for Raw. Lackluster show. It was terrible. Excuse my voice. Have a little cold. But yeah, it was terrible. Um, it's like every week they keep making all these changes. They keep making random changes at the last minute. I mean, they're not consistent with a lot of the matches. I mean, now all of a sudden, let's see, Sheamus and Cesaro are tag team champions, and they're gonna have to face the New Day. Oh, I'm sorry, they're gonna have to probably face the Usos and the Shield. All three members are going to have to face the New Day. That makes no sense. The only two things that I felt that were good on there, were good on Raw this week, was Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman destroying, well, Curtis Axel and Braun Kane. And I'm not gonna lie, Sheamus and Cesaro won the tag titles, and that's basically it. I mean, now they decided, hey, let's just put Jason Jordan on let's put Jason Jordan in the Team Raw for Survivor Series, which to me really makes no sense. Anyway, I mean, he just had with Elias, he just had like a guitar on a pole match. That match looks so stupid. I liked it better when Jeff Jarrett did it. You know, I mean, some people may say, "Oh, Jeff Jarrett didn't really like, in the rise and fall of WCW DVD, they say he broke 1 million guitars but never drew a dime." But him breaking guitars was actually way better than what I saw last night. It's like he just hit him like right in the back with the guitar. I mean, Jason Jordan, him and Elias in the back with the guitar. It just looks so stupid. It looks so weak. All of a sudden, Kurt Angle, which I can't stand Kurt Angle now, says, "Oh, you're just what I need on Survivor Series team, son." I'm like, what? Jason Jordan, for real? No build up. No build up whatsoever. All of a sudden now he's on Team Survivor Series. What? And Booker T says, hey, Kurt Angle made a bad decision. He's not ready. It's true, he's not ready. And of course, Finn Balor and Samoa Joe are also on Team Survivor Series as well too. I mean, for Raw. And I think Kurt Angle is also a team captain as well, which I don't care. Which I don't care about. I mean, to me personally, I think he's yesterday's news. It's time to look towards the future. This is one of the things that WWE has a problem doing, is letting go of the past. What else did they do? Oh yeah, they had Sasha and Bailey and doing a backstage um interview. And yet again, Bailey sounds like a little corny 5-year-old. Team Sasha, Team Bailey. Ugh. And then all of a sudden they had Alicia Fox lose. Alicia Fox and what's her name? Nia Jax lose to Team Bailey and Sasha Banks. Puts her in the Banks, put Alicia Fox in the Banks statement. Alicia Fox taps out. Then Alicia Fox says, "Hey, you're definitely what I need for Team Raw. I need you for Team Raw." Like, what? I was like, just like that? Like, that was so rushed. That's number one. Number two, they just had a match and fought each other, which made no real sense. Anyway, the match was forgettable anyway. And I'm pretty sure that, well, the Team Raw versus Team SmackDown Women's Survivor Series is forgettable too, because both of the divisions suck. It's not like it was back in the day. Both divisions sucked anyway. And it's also supposed to be Alexa Bliss versus Natalya, champion versus champion. And what's her name? Carmella is supposed to be the Money in the Bank women's briefcase holder, but they've done nothing with her. They either had her lose, had her job out, or they just didn't put her on television. They basically didn't do anything with her. And this is supposed to be your, Money in the Bank winner. They did nothing with her. It's just pathetic how they did nothing with her, but you still have the briefcase on her. How dumb is that? And goes to show you what WWE thinks about their women's division. See? They haven't done anything. I also heard that for the main event that they're no longer going to have Jinder Mahal and Brock Lesnar. So what was the whole point of having all that build-up? I'm not going to say all that build-up because it was basically way less build-up. What's the whole point of having that if you're just going to have AJ Styles, maybe AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar or something like that? Which probably will be promising. Because honestly, I don't want to see Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar. And Paul Heyman was right though, that he said that Jinder Mahal is nowhere in Brock Lesnar's league. I totally agree. Jinder Mahal sucks as a champion. The Universal Championship sucks too. It sucked from the very beginning. Since I knew Finn Balor won, it sucked. What else do they have? I don't even know what else they have for Survivor Series. I don't really care. New Day showed up, distracted the Shield and everything, and the best that they can do is have Kurt Angle come out and say, hey, to have the Raw roster go out and surround the ring so that the New Day doesn't interfere in the match. Like, for real? So Sheamus and Cesaro take advantage. New tag team champions. Okay, whatever. And you also had Braun Strowman. It's supposed to be Braun Strowman versus The Miz. But the Miz Haraj interfered. He destroyed them. Kane even interfered. He actually took out Kane. I'm actually on board with Braun Strowman, to be honest. And Kane, I can care less about because he's yesterday's news. I cared about him, like, what was that, like 10 years ago? No, not even 10 years, like 15 years ago. I just don't care for him now. He looks like his new mask makes him look like Chucky from Child's Play. a grown-up version of Chucky. um, but yeah, like I said, the only things I liked on there was Braun Strowman and the Finn Balor and Samoa Joe thing. Otherwise than that, Raw just sucked. I don't know how SmackDown will be tonight, but Raw basically sucked. I think SmackDown sucked last week too. I just really didn't care too much for it. I am a fan of AJ Styles since the TNA days. Same thing with Samoa Joe. I'm actually starting to get on board with Finn Balor. I mean, I had my doubts about Finn Balor, but since I saw him and AJ Styles wrestle, I just started getting on board with him a little bit. Slowly but surely. The way I feel about him is the way I feel about Damian Wayne. Remember when he became the new Robin and stuff? So I slowly but surely got on board with him. I guess maybe since I saw Teen Titans versus the Justice League movie, that's when I started getting on board with him a bit. So that's how I feel about Finn Balor. Is that now I'm starting to get on board with him a little bit. And stuff like that. But anyway, Survivor Series, the build-up Survivor Series really sucks. And that's what you call an invasion angle? It sucks. 2005, they did it much better. They did the invasion angles way better in 2005. Fast forward 12 years later, the invasion angles just suck. Almost everything about Survivor Series is looking to suck. And I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, and also, briefly, I wanted to talk about Bound for Glory. I saw the highlights this morning, and all I got to say is that Bound for Glory sucked. It sucked. It looked awful. I basically skimmed through it, literally skimmed through it, because I just couldn't deal with it. It just looked terrible. I mean, Alberto El Patron comes back. Don't really care. Eli Drake is still champion. Don't really care. I mean, I do like the way he talks. I mean, he can definitely talk better than Jinder Mahal, but yet and still, I just didn't care for it. The Abyss versus Grado match looked pretty weak. I remember Abyss in the earlier days of the Monsters Ball, it was pretty amazing. But this looked kind of sort of PG-ish in a way, to me, in my opinion. The only thing I'm looking forward to as far as wrestling pay-per-views goes is NXT TakeOver. And I bet most likely NXT TakeOver, just like it did with SummerSlam, is gonna outshine Survivor Series. And that's really pathetic on the main roster's part. But the main roster has nobody to blame but themselves. Anyway, looking forward to NXT TakeOver. Not looking forward to SummerSlam. I'm sorry, not looking forward to Survivor Series. And, of course, Bound for Glory sucked. Really bad. Alright, well, till next time. Got more videos coming out soon, so check them out. Send a like, comment, subscribe. Whatever you gotta do. Peace.